Hi, I'm Troy Montero, and today I'd like to bring you back to the past 12 weeks, during which the immigration experts gave information about immigration law and procedures with common sense approaches and helpful hints. Reeves Associates invited camera crews inside their offices and gave no-nonsense, straight talk about immigration, so individuals in the immigrant community could make an informed choice of just what lawyers or law firm to represent them in an area that could change their life dramatically. The information imparted by the immigration experts applies to the average, hardworking individuals who dream of providing a better life for their families in the United States of America.
Attorney Reeves took us inside the offices of Reeves Associates and discussed cost-effective legal solutions that R&A offers immigrants and prospective immigrants who wish to pursue the great American dream.
So we're here in the Makati office of Reeves and Associate with the man himself, Attorney Reeves. Robert, pleasure.
My pleasure. My pleasure to be here back in Manila.
So when we get started here, let me just ask you, what's your firm's background?
Well, the firm has been in existence now for 30 years. We've been practicing exclusively in immigration law, and we have 65 professional employees, including 7 partners and 9 associates. And we don't handle other kinds of cases. We don't do divorces. We don't do dog bite cases and things like that. We just practice immigration law.
Oh, that's great. You're saying with over 30 years of experience, I mean, you guys must be one of the top in the U.S. as far as immigration cases go.
We like to believe that we are the leading and the best immigration law firm in the United States.
Oh, that's great. The work you're doing for the Filipino is very, very impressive. And can you tell me a little bit about how much would it usually cost to hire you, or how do you handle this?
Well, it's difficult to pin down a particular case, but we do have standard fees on each case. Now, we divide our firm into 4 departments, so we specialize in each area, and so we're more cost effective by doing it that way. Our fees are highly competitive, and we realize our clients are not rich people, and so we provide payment terms.
Right.
We provide cost-effective solutions for our clients.
Oh, that's good. Another good thing I know about you guys is your firm is very hands-on. They're very easy to very accessible. When we were talking about this earlier, about how easy it is to contact you, I was really impressed. Maybe we can share that with some of our friends out there.
Well, we'll start off with a very high-tech phone system. When you call Reeves and Associates, you're never going to get a busy single. We have at least 7 or 8 receptionists between all the offices. We expect the phone to be answered within 3 rings.
Oh, you hear that?
and we never have a machine answering the phone. People don't want to talk to a machine.
Yes.
And they want to be connected to their lawyer. The biggest complaint against law firms and against lawyers is that they don't communicate with their clients. They don't take their phone calls. They don't take their emails. The policy at Reeves and Associates is if the lawyer's in, they will take their phone call immediately. If he's not in, they will call him back on the same day. If they send an email, they will answer that email the same day. And if a client has a concern that is not being answered, I'm available always. Even when I'm on my vacation, I have my BlackBerry with me.
I'm sure you probably have it under your pillow when you sleep, it sounds like to me. Why is Reeves and Associates so successful?
First and foremost, you have to have a genuine concern for the client, and you have to win their case. But there's a lot of ingredients that make up winning a case. Have to have the knowledge, have to have the experience, and as I said, the genuine concern.
Attorney Reeves also shared his expertise on how one can maximize his or her chances of obtaining a visa at a U.S. embassy by providing practical tips and crucial advice to increase their chance of success at the embassy.
Robert, do you have any tips for those out there who want to get their vacation or their tourist visa?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that, Troy. First of all, that officer is sitting in that booth, and you're making a mental impression upon them before the applicant even speaks. So I recommend they're well groomed. They wear casual attire. They hold themselves straight. They hold their head up. They don't look down. They have eye contact with the officer. And they sit down. They give it a greeting. Now, I like a smile.
Right, right.
And I think sometimes a smile can go many miles.
That's true.
And have eye contact, and if you speak English, that helps a lot. And don't swallow the words, and don't mumble. Don't be shy. That's not the time to be shy. This interview is going to take not longer probably than 120 seconds.
Right.
And so you have to have a definite plan.
Troy visited Reeves Associates' office in Los Angeles and sat with attorney Nancy Miller and asked her probing questions on what happens when a person is out of status. She provided excellent advice for those who have fallen out of status.
If I were to have any of these bars, is there anything that I can do to fix this?
There is. There is something called a waiver, which is actually a means of forgiveness, essentially, by the government. You can apply for the waiver. You need to have a qualifying relative, which is a parent or spouse who's a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. And then you need to show that they will suffer extreme hardship if you're not in the United States. That is a very high standard to reach. It's very difficult. It's more than just saying, I'm going to miss the person who's going to be gone. For that reason, it's very important that people remember to do two things. One, don't try to do this yourself, because you're not going to succeed. It's very complicated. As I said, the standard is very, very high. And for that same reason, it's very important to hire a lawyer who knows how to do these cases, who does them all the time, who does them well, who does them successfully. At Reeves, we do hundreds of these types of cases.
Attorney Miller also shared just what steps are possible when you are experiencing unreasonable delays with any immigration application.
So this is where really a client would really need to come in to Reeves and ask your expert opinion on the time. Especially, you would be able to look at the case and say, yes, this has gone, they are taking too long, and we recommend that you do file this.
That's absolutely true. There really is no way for someone who is not a lawyer to make a decision on whether or not it is an unreasonable amount of time. Anyone who's waiting is going to feel that anything is unreasonable, and that makes sense. But that isn't what a federal court judge is going to look at.
Right.
And for the same reason, a lawyer who's not used to doing federal court work isn't going to necessarily be the best source of explaining that this is or is not a reasonable amount of time. And as I said, at Reeves, we do many, many types of mandamus cases. We're in federal court all the time. We know what the judges are looking for. We know what they will believe is reasonable or unreasonable, and we can advise the client accordingly.
We met with attorney Joseph Elias, who debunked the investment myths and explained just what it will take to qualify for an investment visa, which is the entrepreneur's choice for potential immigrants who wish to live in the United States.
So how do you usually prepare your clients for an investor's visa?
This is probably the most important thing, is our initial consultation with our client. We take the time to go over the 1-year plan, 2-year plan, 5-year plan, where they intend to be in 10 years down the road, okay? Is this merely a vehicle to get key personnel in the United States and establish a foothold so that we can conduct business, or is this also meant to be an avenue to help the family immigrate so the children can come, have learning opportunities and things like that? Each one has its own goals and scenarios, and there are different vehicles that allow you to arrive at that. So that's why the first consultation is the most important one, where we sit down and really go over what the goals are.